Welcome, everybody, to the Triple B Experience. I'm your host, Bad Bubba Brewer. And before we get into another panel of special guests like we had last week, I just want to give a shout out to everybody that tuned in to the show last week. It was over 100 views on YouTube. That's right, 100 views, and I'll take it. And it's a small little thing that we do here. And I just appreciate everybody for tuning in. But this week also, we got a great array of panels, guests tonight. It's exciting. I'm just shooting from the hip because I'm doing 800 million things. We had a little bit of technical difficulty on my part. I own up to it because that's the kind of guy I am. So I just want to say thank you guys for hitting the like and subscribe to the Triple B Experience. Listen to the interviews with Team Tap Out. Watch all the shows, the Steelers shows, and this pop culture show. And we got a great interview coming next week. I cannot wait. But first and foremost, drum roll. I'm going to bring my panel, my special guest panel this evening. These guys are extraordinary. They know a lot of stuff with everything pop culture and especially professional wrestling. So my first guest this evening is the man who actually had the greatest results in our lovely picks, and we'll talk about that later. This gentleman is a Marion Center football coach, a Marion Center wrestling coach. He's a man of the community. He's a badass mammer jammer and still just freakish like the Hulk. Here he is, my man, Donnie Fulmer. Donnie, how you doing this evening?
Hey, good, buddy. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, thanks for coming on, Donnie. I truly appreciate it. I know you're busy, but
okay. This is enjoyable. I like it. I like it. Like being on here. It's a good time.
Thank you. Holy shit! Looks like you already were working out already today. Woo! You're a brick. How do you just work out all the time?
About 5 days a week, sometimes.
God, damn, you put young kids to shame, Donnie. I just want to say that out loud. So thanks for coming on, Donnie. Thank you. So our next guest, we got another panel. This guy is coming in. He's a special field correspondent. My man, he comes up with some great ideas at any time of day and night. But I tell you what, he's brainstorming 24/7. Here's my man, special field correspondent Shane Stodmiller. Shane, how you doing this evening?
I'm doing great, Bubba. How about yourself?
Just busy as always. Just doing what I need to do. So how you doing this evening?
I'm doing good. I'm psyched up. We live close to the drive-in theater, and I take the family over there a couple times during the summer, and it's getting to be April 1st is when they open up, and there's some good movies coming out, and this pop culture show is a good opportunity to talk about what we're going to see and what's coming out.
Let me ask you, if it's the first drive-in weekend, is it going to be a double feature of The Goonies and The Sound of Music? Because I'm bringing this guest on right now.
Well, fortunately for the people in Butler, Indiana, and Armstrong County, that's not the case because I don't schedule the movies.
Okay. Well, I was hoping that it could be The Sound of Music and The Goonies, but
they did have Burt Breschler.
Okay. Nice.
Right before COVID, and he came in and, or maybe into COVID, they needed to get some ticket sales. So he came in and did a show. I didn't go to it, but I heard it was fantastic. He's a funny guy.
The Machine is good. His comical skit is awesome. And he's got a movie coming up, and I just saw the trailer, and it looks fucking phenomenal. But this guy here didn't see The Goonies, didn't see The Sound of Music, and probably didn't see 5 other movies that me, you, and Donnie have probably already saw in our computer movie logical banks here. So this guy here is the host of Extreme Wrestling Podcast. Had me on a show Tuesday. It was a great show. This guy knows his wrestling, but his movies, I don't know. But I welcome him to the show. Good old Mr. Larry Stryker. Larry, how you doing this evening?
Hey, Bubba, what's happening? Thanks for having me on again.
Oh, no, it's a pleasure to have you on, and thank you for having me on the other day. That was I couldn't get any of the contest. I was terrible.
I just got back from lifting with Donnie. Look how big he looks. I just made it back in time.
You got a protein shake in one hand and a pizza and wings in the other. God bless you, because I'd be the same way. So thanks for coming on, Larry.
Yeah, welcome back, boys.
This is going to be enjoyable. And with further ado, Rich couldn't make it tonight, but I got this individual. This individual, I am proud to say that he is wrestling next week in Imagine Wrestling. And he is the former He's the former APWF title holder in a tag team with Donnie called Team Tap Out. This guy is the world beater. And he is seriously going to face James Ellsworth, and Elmsworth is going to feel them fucking hands come next Saturday night at 7 o'clock in Altoona, Pennsylvania. Ellsworth, you're going to be fucking shit out of luck when you meet this man, the world beater, Chris Coleman. Chris, welcome to the show. How you doing?
Hey, great to be here. Great to be here. I'm doing well.
Nice to have you. Sorry, I was a little swearing there. I was getting all pumped up.
Yeah.
Don't understanding that I had an energy drink about an hour and a half, 2 hours ago, so that's how I was working out. But hey, people on Facebook, thanks for tuning in. Seth Fairman, Rodney James, Chantel Smith, thanks for tuning in, and Miss Kelly Elgin, thank you, and my sister Kelly, thanks for tuning in. If you guys have any questions, we are going to get right to it. We had picks last week, guys, and I didn't do very good, but Chris, you can comment on these matches when we go round robin style.
Okay.
And also we're going to do some picks for some AEW stuff, and we're going to do some pulp culture people. So look, if you guys don't like wrestling, please hang around to be entertained by people that love wrestling, because the five of us are here to entertain you, and we will do the damnedest. So let's get started with actually the first match of the evening on WWE's Elimination Chamber Tournament. It was Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley, and Bobby Lashley defeats Brock by DQ. Donnie, what did you think about that match?
I know what this match should be, because these guys got the wrestling pedigree. They got the MMA pedigree. I need to see more.
Okay.
So it was what I expected, but I still want more out of that match. I should have saw it coming, really.
Was you kind of who did you take? I took Brock. You took Brock. So you started off 0-1.
Yeah.
But you like that match though? You like that two setups of two big guys that were in MMA and stuff like that? Those guys.
I like it, but they could do more with it.
Okay.
They could steal the show if they wanted to with that potential.
Okay. Shane, let me go to you. What did you think about the Lesnar Lashley match of last week?
It was the only one I got right. So I think it was fantastic. I think they're just setting up, they left Donnie wanting more, and they left everyone wanting more. It's they're going to ride that. They're going to ride that into the sunset. It's a good matchup. They both have similar backgrounds. Yeah, it was entertaining, but I don't know. Do you all think it was the best match of the night? I don't.
No, that far, no.
Nope.
No. Larry, what do you think about that lovely match?
You really want to know what I think?
Yes, I do. I really do.
I thought it was garbage. I really did.
Okay.
It was. Why would you have a DQ in that match? I mean, I get it. They want you to. They're building into it, but why a DQ? It was stupid to me. It really was.
And real quick, they're also saying Bray Wyatt wants next. If that's the case, I probably would have picked Bobby, because that's a better matchup. That's a better program right there. But that's just me.
Okay. And you picked Larry. I'm looking. You picked Brock, and I don't know what they're doing, Donnie, with WrestleMania with all these guys in matches. I've heard some speculation. So, and we get to a Mania pick, we can be eating popcorn and not having any clue what's going on. So
it's up to 3 days this year, isn't
it?
Yeah. Let me get to you, Chris. What was your opinion if you watched the match on? I know you didn't get to pick last week because you had other prior engagements. So what was your take on that match?
So I literally just watched that pay-per-view. I watched it this afternoon.
Okay.
So it's still fairly fresh in my mind. I'm like Donnie. I wanted more out of that match. Okay, it's a Godzilla King Kong Haas fight, yada yada yada. But
we've seen that before,
right? We've seen that before with Brock and Strowman and Brock and blah 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 blah. Yeah. I feel like it's better. You have a guy like Bobby Lashley who can legitimately go, and a guy that can believably make Brock sell.
Okay.
You know, so it's a guy that Brock can sell for, and it's believable. Get more out of that match. Run a good match. Run a long match instead of, you know, just we're gonna trade big moves for 6 minutes and then do a DQ finish.
Yeah, not to interrupt you, but Brock should be running that Kimura to try to, you know, downplay the full Nelson, you know, just psychology stuff.
Right. There was so much more they could have done with that match. And as far as like Bray Wyatt and Uncle Howdy or whatever in the hell, challenging the winner of Bobby Lashley versus Brock, all that's gonna do is make either of those guys a less watchable match on WrestleMania. Like that will be the match I go to the door to get the pizza and, you know, go to the bathroom and whatever. Like,
and that's a shame too.
Like, because that whole Bray Wyatt and Uncle Howdy thing does not interest me in the least. It does not do anything for me.
Me neither. And I actually picked that right too, and I'm glad I did. It was a DQ, and I didn't see that coming, but I would take it. But I see two Brahma Bulls in the ring, and I know those two. Look, those two cannot make long matches. So hurry up and put a submission and even the full Nelson or the spear or the slant, something to hurry up and end it fast.
Right.
But,
I'm not saying go 60 minutes Broadway, but you know, like, come on, 6 minutes or whatever it was, and then a DQ finish. You know, the live crowd there, you know, deserve more than that.
Do you think it shouldn't, guys? Do you think that should not open up the show? Because I do not think that should open up the show.
I don't think so.
I don't think it did. I was watching the pay-per-view. I was watching the pay-per-view, and they opened the broadcast with the women's elimination chamber.
Oh no, the replay was
the replay. They re-switched it.
Yeah,
they opened with the women's elimination chamber on the replay.
Well, they knew that they effed up, and that's why I can't see Brock and Bob Lee open up in a show on any pay-per-view as the first match. It's not like a RVD Mysterio match at Mania. So we do have some people. Rich Smokes, thanks for tuning in. Maria, thanks for tuning in. Rich Smoke couldn't make it. Like I said, he had some he'll be back, he said, and God bless him. And we have a question just to throw it out there by Robbie. Throw this out there. The WWE could have had Uncle Howdy, I guess that's his name, and Bray interfere in a Lashley versus Brock to set up a tag match at Mania. Howdy and Bray versus Lashley and Brock. What do you guys think on that one?
Too much, too soon.
Well, I mean, I'd be fine with it if 3 minutes into the Mania match, Brock and Lashley literally like dislocate the other two shoulders and like they do an injury angle. Like I don't need to see Uncle Howdy on TV at all. Like either he's working or he's not. If he's not, get him the hell off.
It's
of TV
garbage.
Then. He's wasting TV
time.
Then
I guess we're good because it's the Addams Family.
Yeah, get him the hell off of TV then. He's just wasting time for guys that can go being on TV.
Okay, so this next match, Edge and Beth Phoenix versus Finn Balor, Rhea Ripley with Dominic Mysterio. Okay, now Edge and Beth won via pinfall when Edge pinned Finn Balor. So let me go with Chris. Let me go with you first. I know you just got to see it, so it's fresh in your mind.
Yep.
What do you think about that match? Since I know you didn't get the picks, but
I thought it was a really good match. You know, Dominic Mysterio is just a heat-getting little bastard, and
I like that.
Like they love to boo the shit out of that kid.
Yeah, and
you know he's getting it. I mean Edge and Beth Phoenix, you know, still look great, can still go. You know, Finn Balor and Rhea are both excellent in the ring, so it was a really, really good tag match.
Okay, Larry, what did you think?
Yeah, I thought it was a good match. Just like Donnie said last week, Rhea shouldn't be pinned at all. You know, with her going into the WrestleMania, and that didn't happen. So, I thought it was a good choice.
And you picked Finn and Rhea. You picked.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, not all of us can be rich. Go 0-6.
Shane, what did you think about this match?
I can't even remember who I picked, but I was just so.
I got it right here. I talked Finn and Rhea.
Okay, I talked a bunch of crap about Beth Phoenix, and I ate my words because she looked really good. You know, she looked fit. I don't even know how old she was in my mind. I remember her being a little bit. I thought she'd be older than she was, but I don't know. It was entertaining. It was one of the better matches. So,
okay. Yeah, you picked Finn and Rhea. Is what you picked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Donnie, Mr. Picking them right. Who did you? You picked Edge and Beth. Donnie.
Yeah, it worked out the way I thought it would. You know, it's pretty much what I figured it was going to be. So, and it was good. They put it together real nicely and executed. So, it worked out.
Okay. Yeah, you're smoking everybody on this, Donnie. So, so actually, match in the Elimination Chamber, champion Austin Theory versus Seth Rollins versus Johnny Gargano versus Damian Priest versus Bronson Reed versus Montez Ford. Did I get everybody? I think I did. I hope I did. But you know, and I didn't care. I didn't care about that Edge and that. I think that was a botch. Get back to that real quick. I think they botched the finish on that. Looked like they botched it a little bit to me.
Beth was a little late.
Yeah.
She was about a second too late breaking up that pin.
Yeah, but I do like Dominic, the heat magnet that he is. He's fucking nuclear heat, and I love that. I thought that was great. So, but I mean, I don't know if they're going to keep going with that feud. I don't know. That Judgment Day should be stronger than what they are, and they're not really as a strong unit. But oh well. But let's get back to the U.S. title and the elimination. Yes, I got everybody. Yep, I got everybody. So, Shane, let me start with you. What did you think about this match, Shane?
I think this is one of the matches when I got interrupted when I was watching it, so I really don't have anything to say. It's one of those situations where time management between work and everything. Okay. I tapped out on this one. I think either potty break or taking the dogs out, but if that says anything about it, it must not have been that great.
Well, it was probably the best match on.
Well, then
maybe just my opinion, but you did pick.
I crapped to bed.
It's okay. You picked Damian Priest.
I did. I did.
Okay, so let me get with you, Larry. What do you think about this match?
Well, if you remember what I said I was going to go to the bathroom at this match.
Did you?
Last week.
That's right.
And I did. I'm glad I did.
That was a long match, Larry. Was you in the shitter for 45 minutes?
Well, I was able to shower and everything while I was in there.
Oh, okay. Was you going out after the pay-per-view?
No, I was going straight to bed.
Oh, okay.
I'm too old to go out.
Okay, so you didn't really have any. This match didn't float your boat.
No, not at all. I mean, it was. I'm glad. I'm not glad that Theory won. Because remember I said I hated Theory and I was hoping he was going to lose. And who did I pick? I think I picked.
You picked Damian Priest.
That's right. I thought I did.
Yes. Yeah, you picked Damian Priest. 3 out of you guys did.
Mm-hmm.
Rick also picked Damian Priest. So let me go with you, Donnie. What was your take on this match? And you picked Mr. Seth Rollins.
Yeah, it was a good match. It wasn't bad. There's parts of it I just didn't care for, but when Logan Paul comes to the ring and shows up, I'm never good on that. I'm still not. I'm not drinking.
I know. I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid either, but he must be putting in the work though. He's making everybody. That buckshot Larry is fucking better than Adam Page's. I hate to say it. I mean, I'm not a big Logan Paul fan. I don't like the Paul brothers at all.
It's definitely better than CM Punk's.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, and he set that up. Him and Seth. That set that up for Mania.
I know. That was
I don't know if he can keep. I don't know if he can keep up with Seth.
I hope not.
There you go. Okay, good. Well, I just think they using him for social media because he's social media. I mean, he's practicing, but also too,
yeah.
He can practice.
But he's also he's like the woke people's wrestler right there.
Yeah. Yeah. So
is that going to be a belt, Donnie? Is that going to be the woke champ?
Sure.
So Chris, what did you think about this match?
If I'm being 100% honest,
Yes, I hope you are.
I fell asleep
on the shitter.
before. No, I was sitting on the couch before the first pod opened. I was asleep.
Oh wow!
So I don't
Way to
even
go,
know.
WWE. Holy shit!
I was asleep. I woke up to see Logan Paul on the screen and go, fuck.
Okay, so you're like Donnie. You don't like Logan Paul as coming into your situation to come into your ring because you've worked very hard, busting your ass, traveling and doing what it needed to do, and there he is, Mr. Podcaster of the world, gets to train at the best of the best, eat the best caviar, do whatever, and he is going in and getting a name in WrestleMania, even though he's a hell of an athlete.
Not even that so much.
Okay.
It's like, because obviously, he would have had to have gone somewhere and did some amount of training. And he's obviously an athlete, so I'm not discounting that any more than, them grabbing any other athlete and having them do these types of things.
Gotcha.
My bigger gripe is, like, why put him in there with Seth, or why WrestleMania? Like, okay, yeah, you're trying to get it for buys, and are you just trying to do it to get more views, to try to get
that's
more incoming money for the sale?
Yeah.
Like, is this literally just a tactic to try to get the viewership through the roof to make the product look more appealing for a sale?
Well, he wants $9 billion.
Right. And so, like, is that what, now granted, like Larry said, the Buckshot Larry does this pretty freaking good.
Yeah.
But that being said, like, I've seen Super Dave Osborne jump 1,000 motorcycles. But
Super Dave was cool, man.
I love Super Dave.
He was cool.
You see the guy jump over helicopters all day long. That's great.
Right.
But can he explain how your motorcycle works? No. He has no idea how the bike works. He just knows if he pulls the throttle, he can go over the helicopter, right? So you got this guy who can do this great gymnastic move, but can you explain to me why you should have done that move there?
Gotcha.
Or is it just you're being told that's when you do the thing?
So pretty much this panel is not Logan Paul fans. Even my stepdaughter, and she hates wrestling. She hates fucking Logan Paul with a passion. She cannot stand him. She cannot stand him. Well, due to the fact of what he did in some jungle or some woods or something. Yeah. She hates him with a passion, and she don't like wrestling, and she doesn't like the Steelers. But
I have a question for you, Bob, and the group. What do you feel? How you feel about, like, Pat McAfee? I mean, I thought he did fantastic.
Okay, here's the thing about Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee, before he was ever involved with WWE, on his own dime, went and trained with Rip Rogers.
Yes.
He was going to be a legitimate professional wrestler.
Yes,
he had respect for the business and wasn't just like, oh, I can do this to try to get my face on more stuff.
No, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
That's what I was.
He had a passion and a love for the wrestling business before he was in it.
I love Pat McAfee, Shane. I think Pat McAfee is the real deal. His brand is awesome, and he loves wrestling. He's always been a wrestling fan his entire life. That 17-minute video where he's giving money to people is probably the most inspiring, motivational video I've ever fucking seen in my entire life. I've seen it twice, and it brought tears to my eyes. So he actually knows the role, like Chris said. Logan does not. And I would like to see Pat McAfee against fucking Logan in a match and see McAfee kick his ass. But in this elimination chamber, I took Austin Theory, and I think that might have been the only one I actually won. I think not in the Brock. I took Bobby Lashley because I figured he was going to retain. I didn't see Logan Paul come in. I think Montez Ford had a nice showing, but Montez Ford was playing to the crowd too much, in my opinion.
Yes.
He was not he was trying to do too much. Yeah, he was trying to showboat, and he wasn't trying to captivate and trying to be superstar-ish when it could have been a break. He could have been the breakout star, and he was too busy degeneration chopping and fucking around, and he just wasn't smooth. And that, I think he was
trying to force a reaction, and it wasn't working.
And it pisses me off. I'm like, dude, just do the moves, because I think he got 2 pinfalls. Now that Bronson Reed was a big dude moving and grooving, And they just signed him back from Impact Wrestling. And Gargano's Gargano. I do like Johnny, but they're never going to give him anything anyway. So, and then I mean, Austin is still he looks great, but I mean, I think this was this is one of the best matches of the card. Shane, not the best match. I believe.
I miss Johnny Drip Drip. I miss Johnny Drip Drip.
He's somewhere.
Come on. Johnny, you like that. You like that drip drip shit. You thought that was funny. You probably walk around the coaching those kids, talking about Johnny Drip Drip.
One more thing I will say about the Elimination Chamber match itself. I'm not a huge fan of that match in particular. That Elimination Chamber just
I'm not either.
It seems like let's build a match around spots.
That's all it was.
What are the spots we can do with this thing that we have?
Yeah.
And then you take this big spot thing and you make the match for one of the mid-card belts.
Yeah. Well, everything was going towards the main. Everything was going towards the main.
Everything.
Yeah.
And that's the way a show should build, right? Everything
right.
flows towards the main event.
Yep.
But if you're making this most dangerous, hellacious structure that can shorten careers and blah, 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 and then have, 6 guys feuding over the U.S. title.
Well, the U.S. title used to be prestige.
It used to be.
I know. In
a lot
of
things
70s,
used to be. Gas used to be $1.25, but it ain't.
Yeah, you ain't fucking whistling Dixie on that. Okay, well let's get to the Raw Ladies #1 contender match where it was Asuka versus Liv Morgan versus Natalya versus Raquel Rodriguez versus I don't even know why they put her in there, Nikki Cross, and I don't know why they put in Carmella. And Asuka tapped out Carmella, and she will be facing Bianca Belair at Mania. So Shane, let me hear your take on the ladies' match. Did you go take a piss? Did you go get some?
No, I watched. Come on, my man card. I watched The Sound of Music, but I'm gonna watch all these ladies wrestle, for crying out loud. I mean, they're not quite the. But all joking aside, Ahsoka she's fantastic. She's a really good technical wrestler. I mean, I don't have the background you guys do, but I can tell when someone, it's good. Oh man, she's just good. She's so good. I don't like I don't like all the face paint and all the.
Oh, that's the part of the mystique of being a Japanese wrestler.
I don't like that. I don't like that. I mean,
you just shit on a great move too. All right, that's
I don't like that. I like.
All right.
But I do like the. And then I still like the glam looking girls, and I think Liv she's probably not as good at wrestling as the other. She looks good and she has a good gimmick. I don't think
she's good at all.
That's the smartest thing you said all night, Shane.
Yeah, I know, but she's kind of middle of the road, I mean, she's working with what she has, so. But no, it was very entertaining, but it's the way you guys said it was going to go.
Well, you picked Nadia.
I picked Nadia, but I'm telling you guys are all like, hey, she's the best wrestler. This is what's going to happen. Makes sense.
You mean Natalya, because nobody named Nadia was in there.
Oh, gee, I fuck it up.
Natalya.
I don't have my reading glasses on. Plus I'm dyslexic. I don't know. Yeah. My pronunciation's terrible after many concussions. I'm a great podcast host. I fuck up a one-car funeral. But anyway, let's go with you. Let's go with you, Donnie. You picked Asuka. Again.
I went with my gut on that one. It seemed like she was coming in hot and getting back to what Asuka was when she really come on board. So I enjoyed that aspect of it.
But she was going to win, though.
Yeah.
You could see it coming. Yeah, I could see it coming. What about you, Larry? Or did you get a peek? Did you watch this match?
Yeah, I watched it. I picked Natty, and that's why Shane picked it, because he knew I was picking it.
Yeah, she's very attributable. But anyway, she is.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad though.
No, it wasn't really spot fested like the guys' elimination match.
No.
But
Might have been better.
And okay, Chris, let's get your take on if you've seen this match real quick.
I did see that match. Like I said, when during the replay, that's the first match that comes on is the women's elimination chamber. So I thought for what it was a very good match. Again, I don't like the elimination chamber itself. And again, like we have this terrible, dangerous death machine prison cell that we have developed, and then it's like nobody bleeds, nobody gets hurt, nobody. Whatever. But
well, I hate when women bleed anyway. It just makes it's just
right. It doesn't need to happen. So in that case, it doesn't need to happen.
Yeah.
Right. If you're going to have this hellacious structure that shortens careers and blah 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 blah, save it for the main event of the show, and then have it happen. But but within the confines of what it was, I thought it was very good. I liked how in that match I didn't see the end of most of the end of the guys match. I liked how once that last pod opened, once Asuka was in, the elimination started happening very quickly.
Right.
They knew, okay, we've shown them everything we need to show them. Asuka's going to come in here, start kicking everybody's head. Let's get
with her face paint, Shane. She's Japanese,
right? With like at WrestleMania, I want to see 2 Poison Mists and at least 1 Shining Wizard.
Ooh,
yes.
Do it for Muda. Shining Wizards all over the place. Give the referee one. I don't care. But I liked how they did the eliminations very quickly. The only negatives I'll have for it was with
you're allowed
Raquel
to.
Rodriguez.
That was my pick. That was my pick.
Now here's the part.
Let me hear.
Here's the part of that I have the issue with.
Okay.
Is her grabbing Nikki Cross and plowing her through the cell.
Okay, I remember that spot.
So you're telling me that Raquel Rodriguez is as strong as Goldberg and Braun Strowman and these other guys that have destroyed us.
She lives with Strowman. She's got to be strong.
Right. I'm not saying she's not strong.
No, I know.
But
it doesn't make it believable.
Like, is she the strongest woman in that match? No doubt.
Right.
Clearly proven. But you're then telling me that she's the strongest Goldberg and Roman and Braun and anybody who slammed someone else through a cell. Batista, Mark Henry, all these guys that have bashed down a cell. So yes, it makes her look great, but it makes all of those guys before look weaker.
Okay. Well, that was my pick.
Because if Raquel Rodriguez can do it, why shouldn't Johnny Gargano be able to just kick that fucking thing in?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, see, Raquel should have been last. And then got fucking the shit kicked out of her by Asuka with fucking Shining Wizard, like 4 or 5 Shining Wizard kicks.
That was the finish. It was like it was a bunch of kicks. It was her and Carmella kicking bang, 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 bang.
Yeah, Carmella shouldn't have never even been in there.
Well, that notwithstanding, they needed a heel in there, right?
I know.
So, and the options were, who was even the other heel in that match? Nikki Cross, right?
Well, they should have put in Shannon Baszler, and they should have put in Lacey Evans to make that match a little bit more. Nikki Cross shouldn't have been in it, and Carmella shouldn't have been in it.
Lacey, yep.
Yeah, Lacey. They can't. They can't even get that. That girl is potential and championship material, and
they can't get it right.
They can't get it right. It's like,
and it's not her. It's them.
I know.
It's them.
It's like
she's dynamite. She's fantastic.
There were a lot of things that they could have done differently with that match. And like I said, not to take anything away from Raquel Rodriguez and to sound like a misogynistic prick. I'm just saying, like,
well, don't be.
I'm not trying to be, right? I that's not my intention.
No,
I'm just saying, like, that spot maybe didn't need to happen.
Right.
You already had showcased her strength like 3 times in that match when she grabbed Natty on her back and she's got Liv Morgan across her chest.
Yeah.
And, she had already showcased how powerful she was.
Well, see,
to have her then destroy the cell kind of.
Well, I thought that they might
have destroyed the illusion of it for me.
They might give her a chance to go against Bianca because they went against each other, I think, in NXT. So I didn't. And eventually that might happen.
And that match would be great.
Well, let me get your take. I got some. Robbie said this, guys. Let me get your quick take on this before we get to the main event. It looks like WWE is setting up Omos versus Brock at WrestleMania. I'm gonna go I'll probably go take a shit on this match if that happens. What is your take, guys?
Yeah, almost. Not almost.
Almost. Terrible. That guy shouldn't even be in a ring, but I know he's as big as a tractor trailer, and it's ridiculous.
That would typical WWE if they do it.
Yeah, that's typical.
Yep.
Wow.
That's kind of the hey, we have this big guy. He's obviously gonna be great for drawing money.
Terrible. He ain't gonna draw 50 cents in a goddamn 20-cent pizza arena.
Nope.
So okay, the main event that everybody was waiting for. I mean, everybody. I mean, this storyline is super. I think this is the greatest storyline compared to Savage and Hogan when the Mega Powers broke up. I do think this storyline is that good. The WWE Undisputed Universal Champion Roman Reigns versus the hometown boy of Montreal, Sami Zayn. Jimmy Uso comes out, and then Jay comes out, and then Sami took out Jay by accident. Roman hit him. Boom. 1, 2, 3. Had some referees go down. I thought Kevin Owens was going to come out, but he didn't. He come out at the end. I thought it was great. I was pulling for Sami. Sami was my pick. So let me go with you, Shane, real quick. What did you think on this match?
Sami was my pick, and I thought it was, we thought there was going to be some shenanigans, and it kind of hinted that was going to happen. I think it was had the best story, like it was set up the best out of
this is so much money.
Out of everything, it was the most compelling. It was really good, and but once again, Roman Reigns still has it. I mean, if you look at his last, how many matches, the pattern is he wrestles a guy 3 times, and then he wrestles another guy 2 times, wrestles a different guy 3 times. It's just, I don't know. I think they need to pay. There needs to be a payoff. Come on.
Oh, there will be at Mania.
Yeah, and that's where it's going to be. Yeah, so what's going to happen there? That's the thing.
Donnie, what do you think? Going right to you. What do you think?
I thought it was a great match. I was very pleased with it. Called it pretty close down the line.
And you did pick Roman. I just want to put
I did pick Roman. I figured the Usos were going to come out and do the thing there. Something was going to happen. But as far as execution, entertaining, top to bottom, that was a tight, very tight program there.
Yeah, I loved it. What about you, Chris?
I'm proud of Sami and Sami's performance. I'm an older guy now. I can say I'm proud of Sami's.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. Yeah, it was something.
So yeah, I liked the match. My thing was it was a little overbooked at the end, and the finish took kind of a long time. Kind
of flat.
It kind of flattened out there at the end because it did take so long.
Almost went anticlimactic.
Right. It almost didn't pay us off for what we were kind of anticipating there. And so it was just a little overbooked for me. You pretty much knew that they weren't going to put the belt on Sami right now. They're just doing this thing to keep interest until Mania for Cody, or maybe do a 2-night thing, Sami one night, Cody the next, whatever. So I think the match was exactly what it needed to be, and the crowd was super, super into it. When a lot of pops and a lot of heat. When was the last time that you heard a crowd get on Roman and stay on
never.
Roman?
I've never heard that. That was like an ECW.
I like that.
In the last 2 years, how many crowds have you heard not cheering Roman at some point?
Yep.
They were all over him all night long.
Yeah, I like that. I thought that reminded me of RVD.
He had a good read on him too. Roman did.
Yep.
Yeah. And I took Sami. Larry, what about you? What's your take on it?
Match of the night, I thought. Definitely match of the night. The whole heat and pop, it was just Chris said, it was like the day after WrestleMania. The Raw after WrestleMania is always huge. It had that kind of feel to me.
We got someone coming in. There he is.
What's up,
hey,
fellas?
Rich?
Oh,
what's up, guys? Beard's gone. I know it's a little bit of a weird reveal, but
so here's my take, Bubba. So
okay,
at WrestleMania, it's going to be Cody and Roman Reigns.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I'm going to say Roman's going to beat Cody Rhodes. He's going to get on the mic and said there's going to be nobody that can take that's in the locker room that can take him out.
Okay.
And guess whose music you're going to hear?
John Cena.
Call the personality, CM Punk.
Oh, really?
No, let's not.
No.
Coleman, come on.
I don't see him.
I'm telling you. I'm calling her.
Okay.
You heard it first here.
I heard it first here on the Triple B
I don't
Experience
see it. I
Extreme
don't see it.
podcast host Larry himself. I like when CM Punk come back, and then whatever happened, it just soured my taste of CM Punk. I'm so sorry.
I don't like CM Punk.
I know FTR loves him, but it's just terrible. Terrible.
I like CM Punk. I just don't think that's the right move.
No, neither do I. Plus, you can't skip him to the front of the buffet line that quick. I mean, you got to make that guy come back, you got to work him back in a little bit. Him right to the top. I mean, that seems a little extreme.
Right. Well, and what it would do, it would sour the locker room.
Yep.
Because
100%.
You just got him out of his contract with the other guys, and he went to the front of the class.
Yeah, we've been battling our asses off all these years. He's been gone, and all of a sudden he gets a free pass. Yeah, no, we don't do that.
Right, that's solid.
It's gonna be the same thing that happened when they brought Batista back, and Batista was right back in the title hunt.
I remember that. That was terrible.
It's gonna sour the locker room on guys coming back.
Yeah. I was at that Rumble when Batista took the Rumble, and it was Daniel Bryant and he didn't get it. Batista took it, and Pittsburgh PPG fucking was booing the shit out of Batista, and I was one of them. So
of them.
Yeah. So let's get your take, Chris, on this main event. What did you think of it?
I thought, like I said, I thought it was great.
Okay.
Exactly what it needed to be.
Okay. Rich, since you just popped in, what was your take on the main event?
I thought it was a hell of a match. I still think the best match of the night for me was the United States Championship match. I think was probably my favorite one of the night.
You didn't go out to get a pizza. You didn't go take a shower like Larry. You didn't do. I mean, you thought that match was good.
I thought it was actually a pretty solid match. I'll tell you what. Like Montez Ford definitely performed in that match really well. He's probably like the biggest shocker for me.
But do you think he was playing to the crowd too much, and that cost him a lot of points in my eyes? Though
probably.
Okay.
He was definitely the flashier. He was a little bit more focused on flashy than he was execution. It seemed like there was a few moves I think he missed on. If you watch a little closer, it seems like he was a little off. But I think he was really excited to have that chance. I mean, that was probably probably the biggest moment. I think they said it was the biggest moment of his individual career without having the whole Red Solo Cup gang or whatever the hell they talk about. Which still throws me off. Like watching a bunch of Solo Cups fall from the sky when a grown man walks out kind of throws me off still.
I would try to save them because those cost money.
Yeah, they're expensive. But as far as the main event, I loved it. I talked to you a little bit as the show went on, Bubba, and
right.
I know that Sammy couldn't win. I knew they couldn't allow it, but let's be honest, everybody wanted that. I think we're all kind of tired of the Roman Reigns wrestling thing right now.
Yeah, and I mean, you could have absolutely done a.
You took Sammy.
You could have done an Eddie Graham Dusty finish there.
Yeah.
Where the ref gets knocked out, and Sammy rolls him up, gets a pinfall. Everybody's cheering and crying, and the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then the first referee comes back and goes, "No, that's not how it was. We're restarting or whatever." And then Roman catches it. You could have absolutely done a Dusty finish there, right there.
Yeah.
And gave it to him, but then took it away from him.
Yeah.
Because that'd have put a ton more heat on Roman there.
Yeah.
Well,
I think that would have been smart too. I mean, I love the match. I mean, overall, I think we can all agree it was a phenomenal match. Bunch of big moves, twists and turns. I mean, it was definitely shocking. I know, Bubba, you were disappointed that Kevin Owens didn't come out a little bit sooner.
Yeah.
I know you said it to me the first time, and then after all your Facebook was for like, I don't know, a good 3 days was, why didn't KO come out sooner? And when you have an opinion, you live by it. So I give you that.
Yeah, well, thank you. And Daryl Grandy, good old Daryl, the Pittsburgh Pirate guy, was like, well, he couldn't come out because that's not how it would be. I'm like, come on, man. He's getting his ass beat. You know what I mean? Have him come out and cost Roman a championship would still get, and Daryl, if you're listening, which I know you're not, go Pirates. But anyway,
by the way, I might not have predicted any of the matches right, but I predicted that I would get them. I predicted I would get them all wrong because I second guessed myself on like 4 of them.
You are in last place after this lovely pick stuff. You had 0-5, and you said I'm probably picking the opposite, and I know I'm going to be winless.
I initially said I wanted Edge and Beth, is what I initially said there. Yep. I initially said that, I said that Rhea was going to win, I think. I don't remember who I had. God, sorry, my dog.
You didn't have any. But Shane,
I had
you are 1 out of 5, Shane. You got 1.
Who'd you get?
He got first match.
Bobby Lashley. Larry, you're 2 out of 5, and you're tied with me 2 out of 5. But the winner of the first ever panel of Pick'em pay-per-views,
he writes the show.
Donnie with 3 out of 5, and he's going in to this next segment of trying to pick more because I'm just going to tally it up. It's going to be tally because I think
I'll tell you what. I think it was really nice and humble of Donnie, even though he wrote the show, to at least give a couple of them wrong. Like he couldn't get all 5; it'd be a little too arrogant. So I really appreciate that he didn't take all.
A bit there,
Well, Donnie's going to be a wrestling pick connoisseur here in this AEW picks when we do here real quick.
This is a tough one. This is a tough one.
Yeah, and it's only 7 matches because I put it out like last night because I figured, you know what the fuck, we're gonna do the review of the Elimination Chamber. Next week is the AEW pay-per-view Sunday, so I figured, hey, we could get it out there and we could give some picks. So let's start. The AEW Revolution, March 5th, pay-per-view live, Chase Center, San Francisco, California. And I'm going to go with the bottom up. Don't want to give the main. So we'll start with the ladies heavyweight championship triple threat match. Champion Jamie Hayter versus Ruby Soho versus, Sierra Paige. I call her Paige. Sue me. In the triple threat for the ladies world championship match. Donnie, since you were the champion last week in the picks, I'll let you go first. What are you taking?
Soho deserves it, but I think Hayter's going to take it, so I'm going to pick Hayter.
Jamie Hayter. You like Jamie Hayter as a wrestler, Donnie? Yeah,
from what I've seen, I haven't been so much focused on the ladies division of AEW, so
very weak.
Yeah. As of right now, they got to up their game.
Yes. Okay, so let's go with you, Rich. Who are you picking for the triple threat match in the AEW, if you watch AEW?
I've called a little bit. I haven't watched as much as I should. That being said, I do realize how weak that division is. I'm gonna match Donnie on this one. I think I'm gonna take Jamie Hayter as well.
Jamie Hayter.
Yeah, what I've been reading. I saw you put this out like last night, and I was like, oh, let me go do some research.
Yeah, I know my typing expertise at 10:00 at night.
I think a lot of people were favoring Hayter in this one as well, so it kind of makes me nervous to take that pick. But
well, hey, Mom, thanks for tuning in to the experience. Thanks,
I got
Mom.
yelled at.
Yeah. Thank you. Support your kid. Thank you.
Hi, Bubba's mom.
Thank you.
Miss Bubba.
Yeah. Anyway, Larry, what is your pick? I know you love AEW wrestling.
Love it.
I know you love it. So who are you taking?
I'm taking Saraya. And here's how it's going to happen.
Okay.
So Britt Baker's going to come out and it's going to interfere in a match and is going to turn on Jamie Hayter. And then Britt Baker's going to be with Saraya and what's her face?
Toni Storm.
Yes.
Okay, you might be right. I'm not.
Saraya it is.
Okay.
Remember, guys, if you're going to pick what he picks, just know he has CM Punk winning the Universal. We're going on the wild cards.
Yeah, Shane, let me go with you. You're up next. What's that mean?
I'm gonna go with the Punksy gal.
Oh.
Britt Baker.
She's not in the match.
She's not in the match.
She's not in the match? Oh, no.
That's okay.
There's
whatever that meant, I don't know.
I thought he was doing this.
Man, I thought she was going to win.
Troy Justice Jr. there.
Oh, man. I'm going to definitely lose this one, right?
Okay.
I'm not going to get this one then. No, put it down. Put it down. I think she's going to come in and win.
What am I putting down? Britt Baker? I'll put Britt Baker down.
Put her down.
Okay.
Thanks,
you're
Shane.
saying Britt Baker?
You all are going to eat your words when she comes out. And
Okay.
If that happens,
Shane. You do the unruly. You fucking don't even. If it's written down there, you ain't going with what's written. You just.
It's on my paper.
That's why I like that. I like this though. I was like, holy shit, you're
man, it's coming. It's coming. I was confident too. I thought, man, I'm watching. I don't watch a lot of AEW, so I like. Last night, about 11 o'clock, I'm watching a little bit. I fall asleep, I wake up, and watch a little bit more, trying to get all caught up. And so I'm like, this is going to be fantastic.
Like Cody Khan, you can watch AEW all night long.
You know what, Bubba? Shane could have something.
Shane
here.
might have something. I tell you what, if Shane gets this right, holy fuck, he might win the championship just on that match alone.
Because it's 5. I think that counts as like 5 W's.
Yeah, that
right
counts.
there.
Yeah, if Britt
That has
Baker
to be
wins, you'll get 10. You'll get a 10 spot. I'll give you 10 victories.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay.
What could happen is Soho could be taken out backstage like she's been the past few weeks.
Ooh.
And then they can say that they have somebody that's going to take her place, and it could be Britt Baker.
I'll have to go take a shit because I can't believe Shane picked that, and I'm gonna have to go play a Powerball. But anyway, let's go with you, Chris. Who are you taking in this triple threat match? And why?
As much as it pains me to agree with Larry, I'm going to agree with Larry. I think Saraya here, and purely because I think they need some payoff on that contract they signed her on.
Okay.
So I feel like because maybe she was 100% clear to wrestle, maybe she wasn't. We don't know, but I feel like they put the title on her, and then they have Tony Storm and stuff like that around there to kind of do a lot of the heavy lifting for her, and she's that heel champion that nobody can really touch.
Right. And I don't like her as a heel.
And they get some kind of payoff for that big contract that they signed.
Gotcha.
Not many other options there, Bubba.
well, the thing is though, I'm going to go crazy. I'm not going to be as crazy as Shane. But I'm going to pick Ruby Soho due to the fact I never seen girls get bloody about a month ago when they were doing a hardcore match, which was goddamn crazy and was totally ridiculous anyway. And Ruby just is like a tenacious Chihuahua dog fucking biting at your heels. And I think I'm going with Ruby Soho because everybody else got good picks. And I just figured I want to be different. Not as different as Shane, but I'm going to be different.
I mean,
Britt Baker.
I think Shane's going to take Trish Stratus or whatever the next match is. Just call it for the hell of it.
Justin Johnson, thank you for tuning into the Triple B experience where we're picking AEW picks with a panel of some great cast and full of knowledge. Full of great knowledge.
I just want to win at least one this week. I'm not going to second guess myself at all. And luckily, I haven't got a chance to watch a lot of AEW, so my emotions are not in the way, which is nice.
You don't need emotions for them anymore because I was so high on AEW, and now it's ridiculous.
I love the roster. I went looking at the roster the other day. The roster's great.
The roster's great, but they can't book a fucking. It's like an independent
wrestling
promoter can't book his own talent and have no clue what they got.
I didn't realize how many big names. I didn't realize how many big names were over there until I went looking through the roster. I'm like, holy crap.
Okay, so let's go with this one. The Elite versus the House of Black for the 6-man AEW World Trios Championship. And the Elite would be Young Bucks and Kenny Omega.
Olivier.
Let me go with you, Shane. I mean, if you start taking demolition and shit, we're in business. With Crush.
Demolition.
Yeah, Demolition with Crush. We're good. I love you, brother. I love you.
I'm gonna go with just because I know someone named Kenny that's getting married. We'll say Kenny Omega.
Oh well, Jesus, that's great. Okay, you're gonna go with the Elite. I can't stand the Young. I fucking hate the Young Bucks. But anyway, let's go with you, Rich, for the 6th man.
Oh man. I hate to agree with him. I feel like I agree with him. I'm so afraid to take a pick that Shane takes, though.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna follow suit there. Yeah, I'll follow.
You're taking the Elite.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Elite as well.
Okay, Chris, what about you, brother?
I think the real winner in that match is probably going to be the concession stand and the Papa John's online app. But
why do you think that? Because you think it's going to be a Spot Fest USA?
I think it's going to be a Spot Fest. I think a lot of people are going to be like, I can tune out on this match and just watch the highlights tomorrow. It's going to be one of those types of matches.
Okay.
That being said, I do not think the Elite is looking to drop those titles to anyone anytime soon. If they do, it would be at like an all-out or an all-in, not a middle-of-the-year pay-per-view like Revolution. So I'm going to go with the Elite.
Okay, you're going with the Elite. Donnie, what about you, brother?
I get what Chris is saying. I get it. I know what he's saying. I'm just picking the House of Black because I want the House of Black to go over.
Do you like the House of Black personally as the gimmick and stuff like that? Alistair Black. But I mean, you like that whole faction?
Yeah, I think it's solid. They got I do.
Okay.
The guns.
The House of Black. Okay, Larry, what about you?
Well, Shane took somebody is getting married named Kenny, right? So
it would be Kenneth, but that's okay.
Right. So so I'm gonna go with House of Black just because I passed the house on the way back from training with Donnie tonight. So I'm gonna go with House of Black.
Was that coming through 56 or was it going out of 56?
Out of 56.
Okay, the House of Black. Oh my God, House of Black. Okay, we got 2 House of Blacks, 3 Elites. Do I make it even, Steven? Because I don't like the Young Bucks. I do like Kenny Omega, but I also like Aleister Black, and that is my pick with Julie Hart causing some kind of bullshit, maybe throwing something and maybe smacking the shit out of one of the Young Bucks would be great. So I'm going with the House of Black myself.
Good pick, Bubba.
Black. Well, thank you. I
wasn't
training with Donnie tonight, so I don't know if I could keep up with Donnie anyway if I wanted to try to train with Donnie.
Don't listen to Rich. He was 0-5. Don't listen to Rich.
I was really 3. I was 3 out of 5 until I decided to switch myself up.
Yeah, don't ever switch. Now
this is why you got to tell your kids and never second guess yourself. Go with your gut.
Don't second guess yourself on this one, Rich, because you're going to be up next. It's going to be Chris Jericho versus Ricky Starks. Who are you taking?
All right, I'm going to go Jericho. I like Jericho.
Okay,
I don't know. I like those throwback guys that are still hanging around. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna go Jericho just for the fanfare of it.
Okay, Larry, what about you?
I'm gonna go with
Shane. Sorry, Larry.
Oh, you're fine. I'm gonna go with Starks because Jericho always puts over the younger guys in the bigger profile matches.
I like that. Donnie, what about you?
That was a tough one. I'm going to go ahead and go with Starks for an episode.
I definitely lost.
No, you didn't. I just want you to build up to it.
Do you like Ricky Starks, though? Donnie?
He's talented. He does a lot of good things. So
okay.
I'm not 100% sold on him.
Gotcha.
But I know Jericho.
Yeah, I think Jericho could work a fucking broomstick and fucking be over, So, okay. Shane, what about you?
I'm going with the broomstick. No.
Wow, I put it down. I'll put it down.
No, Chris Jericho.
Okay,
Jericho. I'm gonna side with Rich so we can both be 0-5 together.
Yeah, I love that.
You heard it here.
Chris, what about you, brother?
I'm gonna go with Ricky Starks, and it's probably gonna be something like Jericho submits when Ricky has him in a headlock or something stupid.
Oh my God! Okay.
Because Jericho can put guys over, but put guys over in stupid bullshit ways.
Yeah,
gotcha.
So it's he'll put him over, but it'll be like some stupid shit way like he did Claudio.
Okay.
Okay. Right,
I will also
he'll flick him in the nose and he'll pass out or something.
Yeah.
Not answer the 10 count. It'll be something.
Walls of Jericho end it.
Well,
Yeah,
I do like Jericho. I like that he puts over guys. I like that he gets back to the business. I like that he sings for Fozzy and whatever. But I'm taking Ricky Starks because I have always liked Ricky Starks, even when he was on Power, NWA Power. And then before COVID, he was getting a push. And then he had to get out because COVID destroyed Billy Corgan's fucking company. But it is what it is. COVID fucking destroyed everything. So Starks had to go to AEW. And Starks now could be a main event player, I believe. So I'm taking Ricky Starks. So let's go. And
Bubba, I'll go first. I'll go first because I don't want people to steal my thunder here.
Okay. Well, you're going to be up for Samoa Joe versus Wardlow for the AEW.
All right. Here we go.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da. Samoa Joe.
Oh, that's a good pick. Samoa Joe it is. Okay, Larry?
As much as I hate to say it, I got to go with Shane. Samoa Joe.
Oh, okay, Samoa Joe.
Only because there wasn't a lot of build up to this whole Wardlow and Joe stuff.
Okay. Chris, what about you?
I'm going with Shane and Larry here. I'm saying Samoa Joe. It seems like they're kind of wishy-washy on Wardlow right now, as to we're pushing him, we're not. We're pushing him, we're not. We're pushing him, we're not.
Yeah,
and I just don't think they're 100% sold yet to put that strap back on him.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to go with Samoa Joe there.
Okay, Rich.
So, due to not watching a lot of this, I was again article hopping last night. I know a lot of people were talking. I know what some of the concern is about Samoa Joe is people were saying he's about to start fighting for like ROH TV or something like that coming up here. So people think that he might pass that title off just because he's going to be busy elsewhere. But I will say that I'm still going to go with Samoa Joe as well. That's who my pick was initially.
Ooh,
I was reading some articles and I'm like, maybe not. I know a lot of people were actually taking Wardlow here, but I'm going to go Samoa Joe.
Okay, Donnie.
Okay, this is a hard one for me because I love Samoa Joe, but because of a lot of those reasons there, I'm going to go with Wardlow.
Yeah. Ooh, you're the only one so far, Donnie.
Yeah. I'm going to lose this week, but that's
I was torn on that one, but yeah.
Okay, and I'm not a big Wardlow fan. I'm not. His repertoire is minuscule at best. I think, and I'm not trying to throw names out there, but I think fucking Collier is a better wrestler than he is.
Yeah, big time man look good.
Yeah, and has more in his arsenal and actually can work a match besides powerbombing fucking people 17 times. So I'm going with Samoa Joe because I think Samoa Joe can actually is going to have to carry this match. He cuts better promos, absolutely. And he's just I know he's healthy now, and I'd rather have the belt on Samoa Joe. And Donnie, if you win this, we're all losers. I just put that out there. We're all losers.
I'm not winning this week.
If you win this one, we're all losers. We are all losers. Kelly, thanks for tuning in. So let's go back to this match here. Let me find it here. I'm doing 6 million things. Let's go with Hangman Adam Page versus Mr. Blood and Guts himself, who bleeds all over the goddamn place. Johnny Moxley in a Texas death match. Donnie, let's go with you first.
I'm going with Mox.
Why?
Because I like him.
Okay, you're allowed to. You're okay. That's good. Simple. Because I like him, Bubba. God damn it. Okay, Moxley. But do you think it's kind of crazy he has to bleed every time, though?
He doesn't have to, but he's a little loose.
Oh, he's worse than Terry Funk. Chris, let's go with you, brother.
Honestly, I haven't watched. I haven't seen a lot of the build up of this particular match.
It's bloody fest. That's it.
Yeah, it's it's blood and guts and gore.
Yeah,
and again, I think like neither one of these guys really do it for me. Right now, neither one of their work is really like, impressing the shit out of me.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna stick with my partner here and just go with Mox.
Okay.
Because I feel like they're willing to keep it on him and set up something bigger for one of the later pay-per-views.
Your partner that you guys should still wrestle somewhere in independent wrestling is Team Tap Out. Any promoters listening, God damn it, would you do something right? Just want to say that. I'm allowed to. It's my show. Larry, go ahead.
I'm going to go with Moxley also.
Why, Larry?
Well, Christ, he bleeds every week. I mean, how can you not take a guy that bleeds every week?
He puts the blood in, maybe not the work in, but he puts the blood in,
Okay.
I really do think that Mox is a better wrestler than Hangman. I'm not a big Hangman guy.
Okay.
Okay. I got that vibe now.
Okay. Rich, what about you?
I mean, just exactly what I was going to go with initially, which is John Moxley as well. I'm going with Mox.
Okay. Moxley so far. Shane?
John Moxley's the only one I've seen Adam Page wrestle, so I'll have to say John Moxley.
Well, you're not missing much.
I'm not a big. I don't think Adam Page is that. I don't think he's championship material, and that proven that when he had the belt. So I'm gonna make this unanimous. This is the first time when we did this that we all picked the same. So I'm going with Moxley too. He's gonna bleed like 10 gallons of blood and have a snow cone.
Yeah, how can you pick against the guy that's been bleeding for 6 months and hasn't died? He's unstoppable.
Yeah,
it's his death match. He has the least amount of blood left, so maybe he loses.
His wife got to be pissed.
Maybe some blood thinners.
I mean, he's about 6 months away from his forehead looking like Abdul Butcher.
It's fucking Abby. That son of a bitch broke my fucking mom's blazer seat down in ECW years ago. That motherfucker.
Who did?
Abdul the Butcher.
Oh.
Yeah, I tried to get to Japan. He wouldn't give me the number, but he cut fucking Frank Morano with a fork from here to here across his fucking thing and took him in a coffin and wheeled him into the back. It was the scariest thing I ever saw. And I wasn't taking a fork to the fucking head like that, Larry. Like he took his fork out, a real fork, and went like that. And just, I mean, there was like, oh no, don't do it. Please don't do it. It was like, hey kid, shut up. Gave him $50 and gave him a number for Japan, and he broke my mom's seat. That was my Abdullah the Butcher story. True story.
Wow.
Yeah, I would. I'm not taking a fork. No way.
I'd actually heard that story before and just wanted to get Bubba riled up.
Yeah. Well, thanks. Thank you. I did have an energy drink about 3 hours ago, but it's working off. So like I said, all Moxley. Now we're going to go to this match, and maybe I messed up the tag matches, the teams, but I'm not sure because it was I did this late at night, and I went to Marion Center High School, and my typing skill, Mr. East, I never had her class. So the Guns, which now are the AEW Tag Team titles, in a fatal four-way against the Acclaimed versus Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal, and the other team to be announced. Now I don't know if they announced that team. Maybe they were doing it tonight at Rampage. I'm not sure, but let's go with you, Rich. Who would you take for the AEW four-way tag team title match?
So this one's probably the hardest one for me, only because I don't watch it a lot.
Jeff Jarrett's still there, being 75. He's still wrestling.
Yeah. I don't know. This is probably the hardest one for me because I haven't seen a lot of these guys. But with that being said, I'm gonna go with the Guns. That's what I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with the Guns.
The
Guns.
Feels
right.
Yeah, you can throw darts at your wall there and just throw the
and just get it just as accurate.
Yeah, the Guns. I'm not a big Guns fan. God.
I wasn't a big Billy Gunn fan back in the day either, to be honest with you.
Well, Billy's a brick shit house, being like 59 years old and still.
He doesn't look good though. He looks built, but he doesn't look good. Looks like he has like skin cancer or some shit from all the. I don't know. I mean, I hate to say that.
He's a brick shit house.
Rich, do you still have the old tube TVs or what?
No.
Where are you getting at? Where are you getting at, Larry? Where are you going?
He said he doesn't think Billy Gunn looks good.
Well, I mean,
he didn't age well.
He says he looks like a tea bag with muscles underneath.
Yeah, he's huge though.
He is jacked though. I mean, for his age, that's impressive. That's fucking impressive.
He looks better now. If you go back and you watch WWE pay-per-views from 2002, he looks better now than he did.
That's
then.
true.
Yeah, he's been training hard.
Yeah, HGH baby.
A lot of people were assuming he's going to interrupt that match. By the way, people were trying to say he might show up and help them win that match.
Well, let me see. Where was I going? Who was I going with? Was it you, Larry? Let me go with you, Larry.
Well, I got two answers for you, Bubba.
Well, give me one.
Well, one. So the mystery tag team, I believe it's going to be FTR.
Ooh. I believe that too.
If it's FTR, I'm taking FTR.
Well, but so you're taking a mystery team.
Well, that's why I said I'm going to give you two answers. If it's
fuck that don't work in this mathematical competition.
All right, so yes, I'll take the mystery team.
It's like Scooby Doo.
Yep.
The mystery.
Since you fucked me up, right?
Well, I didn't mean to fuck. You're going to get two guesses. So no, you're going to say, well, hey Bob, I'm going to take the mystery team. But if it ain't FTR, then I'm going to take somebody else. So then you get two fucking guesses. It's like you want to side with your burger. You get two sides. No.
Hey, Larry, if I'm still rolling with Britt Baker, you got to take your mystery meat. You know what I mean?
All right. I'll take the mystery meat.
Okay, Shane, who you taking?
Oh, this is a tough one. I think I'm going to take Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal.
Oh,
isn't Jeff Jarrett like 63? Doesn't he have?
He's old as shit.
He has like AARP and Life Alert or some shit.
He gets a Denny's senior discount.
He's still in shape. He could still work. Jay Lethal is still a champion without a title. Jay Lethal is he's phenomenal.
It's so weird seeing how all these like at once upon a time bigger names at one point going from the WWE to AEW was like what shocked me the most about it. I never gave it a lot of attention, and like my buddy's like, no, you got to start watching this shit.
Yeah, about a year ago.
Yeah, I didn't realize how many guys were there.
It's not booked right.
I was like, oh, Jericho retired. They're like, no, Jericho's still there. I'm like, oh, shit. Okay, so is Sting. Holy shit.
During COVID, this was better than WWE.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
That's what I was hearing.
Yeah.
That's what I was hearing.
I stopped watching WWE at that time and yeah.
Okay, Donnie, who you picking?
Well, since I know about this mystery team now, gives me a little bit better perspective. So I am going to go mystery team.
Mystery team.
Atta boy, Donnie.
It's like the mystery meat. Mystery team. Yeah, I can't see him sitting on the sidelines. You can't have the greatest team, and you can't have the greatest edition team right now sitting on the sidelines. They're all healed up and ready to go. They lost all their straps, and it's time they start winning them. So, Chris, let's go with you, buddy.
Okay. I'm not 100% sold that it's going to be FTR. I'm guessing it might just easily end up being someone like Big Bill and Lee Moriarty, or
God, that would be terrible.
I would be very upset with that.
Right, Private Party or somebody like that.
Oh, they even wrestle anymore?
I don't know.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean they won't just like bring them in then. But I will say about Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett has more wrestling knowledge and experience than the other 5 guys that are listed, or 7 guys, I guess. That'll be in that match. So for the guys taking little pokes at Jeff Jarrett, like that's my take on that. But I'm gonna say that the Ass Boys, the Gun Club, will retain due to some kind of ridiculous shenanigans somehow.
Daddy's gonna show up.
Okay.
I don't know that he's necessarily going to interfere or whatever. I think they're just gonna save that and have FTR win them in an actual legitimate one-on-one match where they can really shine and make the other teams look better. Because a fatal 4-way tag match is not where you're going to get the most out of the other teams. It's just going to be this ridiculous spot fest scramble.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that. Yeah, putting a big name like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like the Gun Club. I don't like the Acclaim.
I love the Acclaimed.
I don't like the Acclaimed. The mystery team, if it's the FTR, but I don't want to take. I'm not going to chance that. I'm only going to do one guess, and I'm going to go with, because they've been actually been wrestling in the tag team division for the last month and a half, is Jay Lethal and Jarrett, due to the fact that it's so close. Yeah, and I'm going to agree with Shane, but it's so close where, they have it so close, and they need to put something on Lethal. They need to put a strap on him, and that would be great with a tag team with Jarrett being the ring general that he is, to give some kind of stuff to that faction.
Well,
So,
I think with them about to start doing Ring of Honor shows, they're just as likely to pull Jay over there and have Jay do stuff on Ring of Honor rather than on AEW proper.
Yeah, I know, but I like to see Lethal at least win something while he's doing his tenure at AEW, though.
Yeah,
because he's been so good.
Yeah.
So anyway, last but not least, for this lovely Pick'em AEW, we have the AEW World Championship 60-minute Iron Man match. Champion MJF versus Bryan Danielson. Donnie, let's go with you first.
As much as I hate to say this, it's going to be MJF. He's got the good heel heat, and you know how big I am on Bryan Danielson.
I know you're very huge, and
it's going to be.
It's paining you. It's paining you just to say this. I'm sure.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah. Chris, what about you?
I'm going to pull a Shane here. I'm going to say time limit draw.
Wow,
that's a good one. Oh, that would give us more for the next
draw. That's what I'm putting down. Time limit draw.
That's a great call.
If that happens, you still
grab it out of the hat right there.
You're a winner chicken dinner. Larry?
I'm going to go with MJF.
Yeah, I think the Knuckles or the Rings coming out in the final.
Yeah. Shane?
MJF is the hottest ticket in wrestling right now, even before Roman Reigns.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Shane, what about you?
MJF is what I have written down.
JF. Rich?
2.0.
I hate to say it, but I agree. I'm like Donnie. I did like Danielson a lot. I watched him a lot, but I have to go with MJF on this one.
Okay.
They're not letting him lose that title anytime soon.
Yeah, and I mean, it's pretty much unanimous except for Chris, because I'm taking MJF too, because the way he talks on the mic and the way he gets heat, it's nuclear everywhere he goes. And he really, when he was talking heat the other day about his fiance dumping him, she really did fucking break up with him.
Yeah, I saw that post on Facebook today.
So he was like, fuck you, bitch. I'm just going to put it out there. You know, you don't want me. You don't want me.
You're going to become a part of my heel now.
Yep. There'll be other girls that'll be swinging on my sachet there, whatever.
So I feel like playing off of what you were saying, Bubba, about MJF being able to get nuclear heat. You know, how much more heat would that be if they go to the time limit at 60 minutes and, you know, Tony comes out on the ramp and says, "Oh, well, you know, we'll settle this, you know, sudden death." And MJF goes, "No, I agreed to 60 minutes. I've done 60 minutes. I'm going to go take a shower and go to the after party."
Yep,
I don't need to do.
That would be nuclear heat, and that could happen.
They'd set the seats on fire.
That would be hot.
Crazy. That would be, and we can see him doing that.
Yeah,
we can see him doing that. Yeah, I can see him doing that.
My contract said I had to wrestle Bryan Danielson for 60 minutes. I did. I don't have to wrestle a second more. The fans paid to see me wrestle 60 minutes.
Yep.
I don't have to give them a second more of my time, and I'm not going to.
I think he's the greatest thing talking since Piper. And if you guys know, I'm a huge Piper mark.
Yeah.
But anyway, I got all these down. You know, so I got them all written down, and that'll be next.
I'm not going
Sunday.
5 this week.
Next Sunday's the pay-per-view. and they're doing a Sunday because it'll be an AEW pay-per-view. It'll probably be till 1 o'clock it'll probably be 1 o'clock in the morning. That's how they are. It's ridiculous.
Press scrum will still be going at lunchtime Monday.
Yeah.
If I lose every one, I'm sick next time we do a recap. So.
Okay.
This time the kid wouldn't
It'll be mania. It'll be mania. But anyway,
I really might be sick.
Yeah, let's get to some. Now, did you guys? Now we're done. We're done with the wrestling stuff. We did some picks. So hopefully, thank God, you people are still churning and still here. And now we're getting to some pulp culture. Did any of you guys see the Antman and Wasp movie? I know, Rich, you said you weren't going to. You were going to wait till it streams. Shane, did you see it? You saw it. Donnie, Larry,
Shane, you're muted.
Yeah, you're not.
You're not.
Watch it on
English.
Cody. Watch it on Cody. So.
Yeah, Chris, did you see it?
No, I haven't got the chance to see it.
Okay,
yet.
well, I won't. I don't want to. for me, it was better than Love and Thunder. Stay for the 2 end credits.
That's not hard.
And I don't want to be a total. Yeah. I think Kang, Jonathan Majors playing Kang, is probably one of the greatest villains since the Kingpin off of Daredevil.
Wow.
So, yeah, he's going to be a major part of the MCU going forward after this movie. And it was a lot. There's a lot of Easter eggs in it, but I don't want to give too much away. What did you think, Shane?
So, Bob, I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
On a 5 slice of pizza, Bob Pizza scale, how many slices of pizza would this be?
This would be a 3.5.
Okay. I
Due
can see
to the
that.
fact, here's the story why it's a 3.5. Because I went to Indiana Mall and 18 minutes into the movie, the fucking movie picture screen froze, and they had to move me and Tammy to another part of a movie theater, and they didn't even turn the lights on like it was child protective rules, where they had the lights on, which totally pissed me off. And Indiana, if you're listening to anybody from Indiana County that goes to the movie theater, you know what I'm talking about. They got plastic covering on some seats like it's a chalk line in Gotham where people are dying everywhere. So the atmosphere at the Indiana Mall is ridiculous, and that's why it gets a 3.5 slice of Bob's Pizza. But I do like Phil
Just
Rudd.
drive to Johnstown and see movies for free.
Paul Rudd, yeah, Phil Rudd. Phil Rudd's his brother. But Paul's good. Michael Douglas is great, and Michelle Pfeiffer is still smoking as she was. And she was great. And Cassie Lang character, but Jonathan Majors is phenomenal. And I know some of you guys could see it on Disney, but if you go see it, I don't want to give too much away to you guys who didn't watch it because I don't want to be an asshole. But for me, I always go see the MCU like that weekend because I don't want to get a spoiler. Because I'm the comic book extraordinary kind of guy.
I'm a big guy with that too.
Yeah, it's a 3.5 Bob Pizza star, better than Love and Thunder, and probably I like the Eternals, so it's probably a little bit. Yeah, I like the Eternals.
I didn't like it.
I thought that movie was awful.
It's a little better. It's a little better. Well, the Eternals was better than Love and Thunder.
Listen, it took me 2 tries. It actually took me 2 tries to watch it. I always watch movies after I get home from work and I'm about to lay down for the night. And I remember the first time I saw, I forget which one it was, but I watched something at night and I was up for the whole thing.
Yeah,
it literally took me 3 laydowns to finish the Eternals. I fell asleep the first 2.
Well, I'm just so happy that they had Dane Whitman, the Black Knight, because I'm a big Dane Whitman Black Knight fan. And I think that is going to be a catalyst for the MCU once they do that with Blade.
I'm not a big Jolie fan either, so there's that. But
okay, but yeah, I mean, if you guys get a chance to go see Antman. It's better in a movie theater, but also too due to time constraints and working schedules and stuff. I totally understand when you wait for Disney Plus.
I won't give it away. But
what kind of slices? How many slices do you give it?
I give it a slice and a half.
Wow!
Holy shit! Okay, why? Why a slice and a half of Bob's Pizza?
It's right up there with Thor: Love and Thunder. It's just like neck and neck, and a little bit above Eternals for me because, here's the thing: John Favreau's coming back to be like a chaperone. He was for the first 3 phases. He's going to come back for phase 5. I think this is his last movie before he kind of gets now. It was good in the way that it kind of sets everything up for other movies, but that doesn't make it a good movie. It's like a long trailer. The way I felt, okay. But I liked all the Kangs. That was really interesting. Goes into the comics and stuff with all the Kangs. That's cool. I think it's going to set up Loki season 2. I think that Loki needed that because I know you guys are high on Loki. I thought it was but
I like the show. I thought it was pretty solid.
Yeah.
Well, look, I don't believe in critics because if I was a movie critic, I could go get a job because I do not believe movie critics like whatever. But like I said, 3, it wasn't for the presentation of the theater, but also 2, it was more science fiction. It was more
right.
Yeah, it was more fantasy and science fiction. It was a blend, a little bit of Star Wars because it's a rebellion coming, and any type of rebellion is something. I don't want to because Chris.
I guess it was lost on me.
I don't want to. I
didn't see it in the theater. I watched it. On phone.
You can't.
So I know. But still, so I'll give it 2 stars but then again, Bubba, you're giving it 2.5 because you
I gave it 3.5.
You gave it 3.5 because you saw it in Indiana theater where it shit canned and you had to go to another.
Well,
you
I
know,
would have gave it 4.
you'd have gave it 4. So I might have gave it a half star if I would have saw it in the movies.
But you can't. I'm not going to give it a 5 because it's Ant-Man. Ant-Man's not going to fucking beat fucking Kang the Conqueror. It doesn't work that way. Hey, Shane's kid, what's up?
It's Hayden.
Mom.
It's Hayden.
Oh,
He
hey,
said, "Hey."
Hayden. How you
He said,
doing,
"Hey,
brother?"
Baba."
What do you think of Antman and the Wasp?
Your dad said he only gave it like 2 slices of pizza rating.
I only
give
gave it 2 slices of pizza.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was
He
good,
liked it.
Hayden. Yeah, see, your kid knows.
Oh, Hayden wants to know about Cocaine Bear. If you guys are going to see Cocaine Bear. I think that's where I'm taking the kids tomorrow.
Oh my God!
Don't do any cocaine.
They want to go see Cocaine Bear tomorrow.
But speaking of Cocaine Bear, Hayden, it got ranked 100 on Rotten Tomatoes. So
Yeah.
what's that tell you about critics? A bear that gets coked up and does crazy shit and kills people. Like every one of us could sit here and write a screenplay for that, and it'd be on a Wild Boar Films thing. Like Troy could fucking make big money with Cocaine Bear.
Yeah.
Don't give Troy any idea.
It would have been
Listen,
the one.
It's 2023. We're running out of ideas.
Donnie knows this. It would have been the Wonderland raccoon. It would have got all on Natty Light. It got all screwed up on Natty Light and been around gnawing on people's skull from purchase line and whatnot, you know?
$5. It takes $5 to get in, so we would have
$5 to get in. Or a condom, right, Bubba? $5 for a condom.
Yeah, $5 for a condom. So let me ask
Bubba,
you guys.
Bubba, you
Yes,
just
sir.
said that about Troy. Now he just threw away the script for 8-Ball Alligator.
8-Ball alligator.
We love you, Troy. We do.
Yeah, we love you, Troy. In the depths of the sewage, some crack addict had to throw all his weed and shit and drugs away because the cops are coming. And he had an alligator pet, and he just happened to throw him down the toilet too. And then 6 months later, the whole town of Clymer was eaten alive by crocodile.
I'm from Philadelphia, and that movie has to take place in Philadelphia. That movie has to. 8-Ball Alligator has to be Philadelphia. That has to be Philadelphia.
Yeah, and at the end of the
I can write
movie,
a
Gritty
screenplay.
beats him to death with a bat with nails in it or something.
Yeah, Rocky shows up at 78 years old.
Yeah. So, let's stay with the MCU real quick.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you guys knew this. Now, any of you guys Walking Dead fans?
I watched it for
No.
a while. I didn't watch it the
Okay.
last season, but
Okay, so Glenn from The Walking Dead actually made it official yesterday. Has
Steve Yeun.
signed with the MCU in Thunderbolts.
oh
Now,
wow.
I don't know what role he will have in the MCU, and I'm just going to do round robin and just get your take on what role you think Stephen Yeun would have in the MCU. And Donnie, I know you're a big MCU guy, so I'll start with you. What role do you think he would have in Thunderbolts? Stating that
I
he
have
signed.
no idea off the top of my head.
Okay, because the Thunderbolts is not the same team it is in the comic book. It's all super soldiers. In the movie where Bucky is supposed to lead it, and they already axed the ghost out. They had a female ghost from the Ant-Man 2. They told her, they shit canned her.
Yeah.
And I don't know what character. Larry, I know you don't watch
I'm
movies.
not real
Just throw a superhero out there, Larry. Can you throw a superhero out there?
No.
It's Batman, huh?
Goonies.
Goonies. Okay. Chris, what about you?
I mean, Thunderbolts. Maybe he could play Beetle or like Mach 1 or one of those.
Okay.
Because I imagine they would go with somebody bigger to play somebody like Goliath, or
He's supposed to be going to be playing more movies than just this one.
Okay, so
Well, that helps.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
I don't know.
And Dawn,
I don't
if you
know,
could think of somebody, just chime in.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe somebody like Beetle, because I'm trying to think, of the Thunderbolts, who he would play, and it's just not really clicking with me.
Okay. Shane, what about you?
I'm trying to cheat and look it up on the interweb on
Well, that's
who
okay.
he
I mean,
might play.
there's two Thunderbolt teams. One had Baron Zemo as Citizen V when all the superheroes were gone and all the criminals were redone their costumes and presented themselves as good guys.
Right.
Okay, but then they had like 3 different team incarnations of it in volumes over. The Punisher and Deadpool and the Red Hulk was in a team, but
Yeah,
I don't know
the Red
what
Hulk was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like he could play like Beetle.
Yeah.
Who then was like Mach 1 when he was a good guy.
Right.
Was Nova on that team?
No, Nova would be a Guardians of the Galaxy if that ever happens.
Yeah, he was in the Nova Corps. That would have.
And
been
he's going to be
Guardians.
in a DC presentation or a DC TV show, and they're going to space them out because they're not going to get so discombobulated with DC stuff. Rich, what about you, buddy?
Oh man, that's a tough. I don't know. I didn't look into it much. I didn't even realize. I saw that he took a job for MCU. I didn't know it was Thunderbolts that he even got the role.
Yeah, I just found out yesterday, so that's why I added it in. And I was going to say Glenn. He's just going to play Glenn again, and just.
How about Cobalt Man? Like Cobalt Man, or
is Taskmaster going to beat him with that?
No, Shane, because Cobalt Man was Tony Stark in disguise.
Yeah, he infiltrated ranks for the comics.
Cobalt Man was Tony Stark in disguise.
I heard that. I don't think he would play a very good Sentry. I don't think he would play a good one, but that is speculation, and I don't know why that he would play that. But also, too, they got the guy who played in Aquaman as the villain, the Black Mamba or whatever the hell it is playing Wonder Man, and I'm not real happy about that. So
how about How about Techno? Maybe that character. I don't know.
Yeah,
that could work.
I'm guessing at this point.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, with not much,
but I like him. I think he's going to be good in whatever he does. I mean, it's.
I just looked it up
he's
too.
A good actor.
Yeah, they don't. Nobody has any idea. Like everybody's like grasping at straw.
They're just throwing it out there.
What I'm seeing is people saying we're not even going to try to figure it out because who knows? Mm-hmm. Marvel's really good at. Marvel pulls a Donnie. You know, they kind of just write it up as they go, as it benefits them in the moment. You know, so.
No, I just hope they start getting stuff right. That's all. And whatever.
Me too.
Yeah. Please. So I don't know. Let's get out of the lovely MCU. And actually, are you guys Trekkies? Because I just started watching Picard season 3. Okay, then fuck it. I'm just gonna go rolling out. We're gonna engage. I always like Star Trek. Picard is an old, he's old now, but they're still
started to watch it, but I never got through.
Yeah, I mean, is this last season of Picard?
I watched one season. That was it.
Well, this last season of Picard, he's bringing the whole next generation cast, and they're going to end it, and that's going to be it. But I watched the first 2 episodes, and I've seen the last two seasons, and it was pretty good. So if you guys ever get a chance, watch Picard. And I'm a Captain Kirk guy, even though he was a real prick when I met him in real life. But anyway,
my dad said he was an asshole too.
Yeah, he was a fucking prick.
Shatner's a prick.
Yeah, I always tell that story because I made him talk to me, Rich, because I made him look up at me. And my buddy Brad Gifford said you were great in dodgeball. And he goes, that was the movie that you think I'm good at? I was like, yeah. I made him talk to me, though.
So you didn't give him
said that.
You didn't give him much of a chance.
Yeah, well, I try. I mean, hey. And we'll go to DCU. And James Gunn said that Wonder Woman will have a future in DCU. And hopefully it's the same Wonder Woman. Would you guys agree with that? Or would you guys see another female as Wonder Woman?
Leave it where it is. I like that role.
I like her too.
I think she played it really well. I mean, and let's be honest, she's not bad to look at either.
Right.
So makes the movie more enjoyable.
I'd say leave it, but with them, you never know. They might decide, we don't want them anymore.
DC has no idea what they want to do still. I feel like they're so confused.
They're gonna. I'd say recast it. If you recast and everybody else, recast her. Get that girl from that was in Thor with the dark hair and the blue eyes. She's kind of taller.
You mean the girl from Two Broke Girls?
No, not her.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, not her. The one that was she was one of Thor's.
She's a Valkyrie.
Buddies.
Valkyrie.
Yeah. Not Valkyrie. The other one.
Sif.
Sif.
Jane Alexander.
Yeah, I think she would be fantastic.
Oh, I don't know. I think Gil would is way better than that. I think
the recasting. I was just
Larry. What about you over there? You ever seen Wonder Woman, Larry? You know.
I say keep the one that they got now.
You ever seen it, Larry? I'm just asking.
Nope.
You gonna say Linda Carter,
nope.
Larry?
But I believe in Donnie and Rich.
It's heartfelt, Larry.
Hey, Larry's closet Amish. He's a closet Amishman. He watches wrestling but doesn't go to the movies.
Well, he probably watches a lot more stuff. Just let me know what you watch, Larry. We'll put it right in. But
we can say.
Let Donnie come up with this good one. Now let me ask you this, Larry. Are you a John Wick fan?
Never heard of it.
Oh my
Never
God.
heard of John Wick.
Never heard of it.
I said what's that as a joke, thinking like there's no way, but
It's not a candle.
Is it a series?
is it a series?
Holy, Donnie, take
No.
over. Take over, Donnie.
They sell it at Bath and Body Works. You never heard of John Wick's?
Donnie, explain. Don't have a heart attack. Explain to Larry what John Wick is.
John Wick is a movie series with Keanu Reeves. He's an assassin that retired and his wife dies. This is the beginning. I'm just kind of paraphrasing here. But she leaves him a puppy, and these guys come in, they shoot his puppy and take his car, and then he gets back into business.
And let's just say it's one of the most bad, especially the first two. The third one was good, but the first two were like fucking spectacular.
Really?
Oh my God. Oh my God. And it was it felt real. It felt realistic.
And Larry, he trains. Okay, Keanu Reeves basically puts as many rounds through his pistola as a freaking tier 1 operative. You know, like literally, he is putting 6,000, 9,000 rounds through a pistol to train.
Never watched
one of the things I love is
combat training in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Not a one Wick movie in your entire life.
I never even heard of it.
There's no way. There's no way.
Chris.
There's no way.
Larry, I know you're just trying to get a rise out of everybody.
No, I'm dead serious.
Larry, I'm telling you now, you're trying to get a rise out of everybody.
My sister said, "Who the fuck
go to
is
your
this
room.
guy?"
No wings, no pizza.
Like,
go to your room.
Is this guy?
You're grounded. You're grounded. Go to your room. No pizza, no wings.
Like,
go to bed. You're gonna act like this. Go to bed.
Know who John Wick is? I don't know, Kelly. I'm just a host. I don't know.
Listen,
Larry
for every wrestling pick he gets wrong, I say from here on out, we get to pick a movie for him to watch.
Hey, Larry, we're all joking. We're all joking. There's no John Wick. It is a candle booth at a mall.
It's actually John's Wicks, and they sell it at Bath and Body Works.
Yes, it's a candle at the mall.
Like
don't worry about it.
$49.99. Like they're expensive. They're pretty bougie.
Larry, it's the fourth movie, Larry, and that's why. And I think Donnie left. Donnie, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, okay, John Wick. I have.
Oh, he has it.
Yeah, I have.
He has a Blu-ray.
We're gonna mail it to. We're gonna mail it to Larry's house.
Yeah, here we go.
No, he doesn't.
John Wick, right here.
Pull a robot chicken.
John Wick.
Glue his eyes open to make him watch.
So now we got one there. We got two there. We got two there.
There's John Wick 3. 3 movies, Larry.
Okay, all right.
No, it's a good series. It really is.
It's a really good series.
I'm just messing with you, Larry.
Is that the one where he's in a bus and it's going so fast and he can't let it go that fast?
Yes. Just Sandra Bullock.
Larry, do you want to go for 2 weeks?
Oh.
Grounded for a week.
Larry, I love you. Oh, I got to drink some coffee.
Is that the one with all the green numbers coming down the screen? With that?
Rich, you're grounded too.
This show's off the rail. Larry, he gets in a fucking phone booth and he goes back in time to hang out with historic figures. And he fucking goes.
All right,
and
now,
he goes
Bubba,
like
you're grounded too. That's it.
Yeah. That's what he does, Larry. I gotta put.
You're all grounded. That's it.
But anyway, John Wick. Donnie said something last night. I'm like, yeah, we could talk about John Wick, and I think we could be intelligent and stuff. Well, you know, it is what it is.
You can't believe in everybody, Donnie. You can't believe in everybody, bro.
Yeah, I can't even put these back, so I'm dysfunctional. My sister's
out of frustration, he broke his whole setup.
My fiance's like, man, shut up, and because she's in the living room, she can hear me. But let me get to the synapse of the movie of the fourth movie, Larry, for you. Okay.
We're gonna start you at 4. You're gonna work your way back.
You're gonna go back.
This is Star Wars. We're gonna go backwards.
Yeah. John Wick uncovers a path to defeating the High Table, but before he can earn his freedom, Wick must face off against a new enemy with the powerful alliances across the globe and forces that turn old friends into foes. And it has like Donnie Chen in it, and it has Bill Skarsgård, Larry Fishburne. You know who Larry Fishburne is, Larry?
I do.
Okay, good, awesome. And Ian McShane. And they go into this. They cannot go into this hotel, and all the contract killers can't fight in this hotel. You have to watch the first movie. You cannot the second. You cannot fight until you get out. And then what happened is he goes against the third one, and everybody's trying to kill Keanu Reeves, which is John Wick. They're trying to kill him.
It's like Highlander, holy ground. You can't fight on holy ground.
That's correct.
And if you do, death is the response.
Continental.
I wrote it down so I can remember to watch them.
You don't have enough. You don't have enough time to watch all the movies you missed.
You've already missed the last 20-some years now. I mean, it's a little late now.
Better late than never, Rich.
You'll be 83. I mean, by the time it's all said and done.
Do you even watch movies, Blair? I'm just
I
asking.
do.
I don't know. I know
when I get time.
Well, we'll have to. What is your favorite movie? Before we What is your
Please
favorite?
Yeah.
I'm afraid to find this answer.
Gremlins is my favorite movie.
Hey!
I love that.
Gremlins, but didn't see the Goonies.
Yeah.
I know. They're like in the same aisle when you were renting movies at Blockbuster. They're same spot.
Even Hollywood Video had those if you were cheap enough to go to Hollywood. I mean, come on, man.
Do you have a Gremlin? Do you have the first Gremlin? Do you have Gremlins in your house in your in your collection?
Oh yeah.
I love that movie.
I do not. Okay.
Yeah.
I got nostalgic
grounding.
I got a lot of Gremlin, memorabilia too.
To take some attention off of Larry, what is everybody's favorite movie? So we can air everybody out here a little bit. What's everybody's favorite movie?
What's yours?
What's mine?
Yeah.
I mean, mine's as basic as possible from where I'm from. I grew up loving Rocky. Rocky's been my favorite movie my whole life. But if I had to pick something other than that, I'd probably go because of some childhood stuff. I'd probably go E.T. Actually, I fucking loved E.T. as a kid.
I thought you was gonna go with Notebook.
Oh my fucking God, Larry! I thought you were gonna use Brokeback Mountain, so we're both shocked. Okay.
What did you say? What did you say? You said Rocky, and then what did you say?
I said E.T. was like my childhood thing. I loved it growing up. Yeah.
I saw E.T. in a movie theater.
I have a favorite movie per genre, though. I don't really have like an overall.
Yeah, there's a lot. I have a lot of movies here, but if you got to go with one, here I'll go. Empire Strikes Back for me.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that one.
Yeah,
it's hard to go wrong there.
Star Trek movie. Just kidding, Bubba. Bubba, I'm kidding.
Oh, you're making me laugh. I'm getting.
I'm taking the show over. Donnie, what's yours?
Yeah, take it over.
What's that? My favorite movie?
Yeah, what's yours?
The Last Samurai.
Oh, I love that movie. Good time cruise film.
I was going to say Empire too, but if I'm just going to go with a comedy here, just kind of The Jerk with Steve Martin.
Never seen that one.
Wow, that's old.
What? You've never seen The Jerk?
Larry, you are the only person here not allowed to criticize me for not
seeing it. I've seen it a long time ago, but I never thought.
Larry has no right to criticize anybody.
It was like one of the first comedies. It's one of the first comedies I saw growing up, and I just think it's really funny.
They stick to your brain. Those young ones, they stick to you for a long time.
It's just chops, Rich. So I mean, he could.
But I was trying to go in the same theme around the same time frame that Empire. Because Empire hit hard. Empire's my favorite. And then later on, of course, it would probably be Shawshank Redemption, like when I was older. Shawshank's a good movie,
Nice. Chris, what do you got?
Gladiator.
Another one of my favorite ones. Love Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
Love Russell Crowe.
Braveheart's a little low.
He did a hell of a job at Robin Hood, too. People don't talk about that movie, but that was a pretty solid movie, too. He did pretty good in all those.
I kind of have the genre picks,
That leads me into something.
Yep.
Gentlemen, I know Bubba is not going to mention this because he doesn't like scary movies, and I'm not a big horror, cut 'em up thing, but there is a movie coming out with Russell Crowe on April 14th called The Pope's Exorcist.
Yep. If Russell Crowe's in it, people are dying.
I've seen the previews for that.
Goose pimples on your butthole, man. It's going to scare the shit out of you.
Yeah, Russell Crowe never puts his name in anything bad, I feel like.
It looks good. Looks good.
I feel like almost every movie he's been in has been pretty solid.
Except for Love and Thunder, he was terrible as Zeus.
Yeah, that's true. But that whole movie was fucking terrible, so it's really not his fault.
Yeah. No,
yeah,
I mean, that's like what's his name as playing Ego. That movie, that Ego thing was a little weird for me. I wasn't a big Ego fan.
Kurt Russell.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of Kurt Russell as Ego. That wasn't a very good thing there either.
Yeah, I mean, there's instances like that. Like you can ask Donnie. My dislike for Jason Momoa is well known. But I could not shit on him for Justice League because that was a badly written movie.
Yeah, you can't do much better. Yeah,
like that was not his fault. Like they pulled a truckload of money up to his house and were like, "We're gonna make you an idiot surfer," and he's like, "Okay."
He was good in Peacemaker at the end when Cena told him, where the hell you guys been? But
nah, I mean, I feel like some movies you really can't criticize some of them guys. I mean, it's really like some movies are so poorly written with so much promise initially that it's like I don't blame them. I mean, I'd probably get sucked into the same shit. It's like, oh, this is like a good film. You go to watch it for the first time, it's like, what the fuck did I just do? Why did I just waste that?
Right, and who knows? The first script they might have put in front of everybody might have been great.
Yeah,
and then rewrites and director changes and all the other things.
You're not seeing all the editorials and all that shit that people were doing, and the wrong shots that you might not have been a fan of. And yeah.
I don't know if you know this, but they do this now, and I think this is why some of the movies aren't hitting as hard as the ones were 5 years ago. Is they write multiple endings.
Yep. A lot of movies do that. Yep.
And then they kind of feel out, get audiences there, feel out which one's hitting the hardest.
Testing, yeah.
It's bullshit. How can you write it's nonsense.
It kills the whole ending of the movie.
Right.
I mean, well, then again, to be fair, they did that in some old movies as well. Like with the initial Rocky, there's actually a second ending, which is he actually beats Apollo Creed rather than actually losing that match at the end. There's like a whole alternate ending there or whatever.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's one.
It's way more
one ending, not like 4 or 5.
Now. Yeah. They weren't having they didn't have E.T. leaving in one and staying in the other. It's like.
Well, I remember E.T. when I was a kid at Indiana movie theater because I was sitting between a smoking blonde and a smoking brunette, and I was 12 years old, and I got Chips Ahoy.
Your heart was probably glowing that bright too.
My heart was like, and they were way older because I was probably 11 years old. So I thought that was the coolest shit in the world. Where I was sitting between two very attractive ladies because I was a young kid, and I thought I was a pimp daddy. But I mean, I got a couple of Chips Ahoy, and I mean, E.T. was phoning home.
And now you're married.
I will be. Well, I don't know. After today, I'm screaming. I'm laughing and screaming.
You're screaming, talking about smoking blondes and brunettes. You're in trouble.
Did you get them? Did you get those girls try to touch your heart light?
No, touch my heart light. No.
I don't use my finger much, but we could try something else. I phoned home. I phoned home, but I use an entirely different tool to get there. So,
oh God. Well, Well, we got a review. We got some picks. We got some pop culture. We got
some laughs.
We got a couple people are like still with us. Thank God. Hopefully, let me check the people because it's Friday and I totally understand people coming in and out on the show. I totally understand and I appreciate everybody for tuning in. So we are. Hey, wait. Well, Brian Yeager, Lumberjack says.
Hey, there he is.
Linda Carter is the only Wonder Woman, and Jaws.
Hell yeah.
And still, thanks for tuning in. So I went back to because I was doing the script that I wrote on my email, and I had to go back and check the site. But yeah, maybe one of these days we should do like genres of movies, like comedy, like other stuff too.
Yeah,
stuff like that without pulling. And Larry, I'll let you know ahead of time, Larry.
Thank you.
Is that your response there down there?
I'll let you know, Larry. So you're like, hey, Bob.
We'll give you a chance to watch a couple films before we hop on. So then, if we ask you what your favorite action film is, just pick whatever the last one you watched was.
Do you watch any TV shows, Larry, besides wrestling?
I do.
Okay.
I want to hear this.
What is your favorite TV show, Larry? Before we leave, what is your favorite TV show of
all time or right now?
Let's go. You know what? Let's do all time later on. Let's go right now.
Right now is probably Chicago PD.
I love that show. I'm not gonna lie, it's a pretty good show. I finished it. Now I'm watching Fire. Now
I've never seen it.
I never watched it.
I feel like you, Larry. See, now I'm like, I've never seen it.
Never watched it. Yeah.
I recommend watching Fire too. Fire is really. I haven't gotten to Med. I went PD. I'm going Fire, and then I'm going to go to Med eventually. But yeah, they're pretty damn good.
Rich, do you have like a first responder fetish?
No. Well, my fiance
calendars.
My fiance was watching because one of her friends recommended it to her. So it's something we watch it every night before we go to bed. It's like the last thing that we watch. So.
I'm just teasing.
Good show.
Everybody watches PD. A lot of people say that I remind them of Voight.
Oh my God, you're not miserable enough, and you have not smoked enough Marlboro Reds to get to that voice tone yet.
See, I'm way out. See, now I'm like way out in left field because I don't even watch network TV.
He's a badass, man. He's a badass.
That's you then, Larry. You're a badass.
That's right. I'm not as bad as you, Bad Bubba Brewer.
I'm not bad at all.
You just need emphysema to talk the way Boyd does, and you'll be set up.
I was told not to drink any more energy drinks by my sister, so I was like, "Holy hell!"
I think your wife might follow up right after this episode's over as well.
She'll be punching me in the mouth here probably in about 10 seconds.
Somebody's sleeping on the couch.
Bubba, you ready for this? My all-time favorite TV show.
Okay, I'm sitting down. Go ahead.
Friends.
What?
Friends. Really?
Whole show he's been lying the whole time.
I don't know how to react to that. I don't know what to think.
What? No, I got friend stuff everywhere.
Well, I interviewed the old guy. Larry Hank and Mr. fucking whatever. Mr. Fucking
oh my God!
I'm telling you.
Wow.
He has a friend's cum rag.
Who needs to stop? Who needs to
Jennifer Aniston.
It's a stocking, you
very
fucker.
attractive for her age. The other people.
She looks fantastic.
Yeah, she's the best one out of them all.
That's why I said I don't know what to think about that because she's easy on the old eyeballs.
Larry. See, that's something new. I did not know.
I love it.
Never thought, I would have if I had to bet, I would have never bet Friends ever.
I fall asleep to it every night on the 24/7 channel.
Cool.
All right.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's good.
One of my secret all-time favorite shows, if we're gonna air ourselves out, is Golden Girls. I fucking love that show.
Yeah, that is good. That is funny stuff.
I love Golden Girls, man. They're to this day, there's not many better characters than Sophia. I'm just saying that character is godlike in my mind. Love Sophia.
Oh, hey, Mom,
I like
thanks
Rose.
for tuning in.
You like Rose?
I like Rose.
Yeah,
Speaking of Rosalie, she's tuning in. She's probably heard her son.
Hey, Rosalie.
Two hills over. Thank you, Mom, for tuning in. And I know what your favorite show is, Yellowstone, Mom. Thank you very much.
Her favorite show is the Triple B Experience is what the favorite show is.
Well, that's her favorite person. I mean, no, not really. I'm not her favorite. I'm the grandsons are high up. So, and before I get out of here, I just want to give props to my youngest nephew, Vinnie Mac, last week. Doing a deadlift at 6. I tell you what, Donnie, he said he did 620 is his personal best. And I'm like, you're going to do what? He goes, I'm going to do 635 pounds. And I'm
That's
like,
incredible.
What is your best? He said 620. And he lost by the percentage to the Fisher boy from Indiana, which, props to him too. But 635 broke a record, 18 years old in a deadlift, 3 competitions. He's placed
635.
Yeah, he placed everything. I need to get him to talk to you and Chris about strongman stuff. And
that's like NFL caliber deadlift, isn't it, Donnie?
That's Jalen Hurts for the Eagles.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
He's
really
very dedicated. He's something else.
The way he pulled that weight, he probably had 640, 645 in him.
Wow. Well,
I watched the video. It was smooth.
Well, I'll tell him, and he listens to you and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I mean, he's training.
Awesome.
He's probably in the gym. He was probably in the gym right now about an hour ago. But
big shout out to him. I'm very proud of him.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, fantastic.
Shout out to you, Vinnie Mac. Congratulations.
Shout out, man.
That's I just want to say, and my sister, and Mom, and Vinnie Mac's too. He's too cool for this podcast. He's too cool for school. Well, when you bench a big giant track like. For the best too, but sister says lifting right now as we speak. Okay, Cal, thanks for keeping us informed. That's well, God bless him. I can't even tie my shoes anymore, but he's throwing around weights like I've never seen. But hey, guys, I want to thank you guys for popping in. Rich, thanks for coming when you could.
Thanks for having us on.
Chris,
I tried to get here sooner, but
thanks for coming. I know. It's okay. Larry, thank you so much for coming on and being the Larry Stryker of you're funny, brother. Keep it up.
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me on.
I was preparing myself for Larry these days. Now that I know, I've got to prepare myself before I come on.
Well, if anybody's listening, also listen to Pro Wrestling Extreme Talk. Larry, take it away before we get out of here. And I want to say something to Chris Coleman here before we go. So, Larry, give a plug. I'll let you guys all plug your guys' self before we roll out of here. So, Larry, you go first.
Pro Wrestling Extreme Talk on Facebook. You can join the group. Also on YouTube. the Extreme Network. You can find all of our videos, even with some guy named Chris Coleman. You might see a video of him on there. But yeah, check us out, subscribe, like, do whatever you gotta do. Make me famous.
I think we're making you famous tonight. Hopefully,
you're famous, brother.
You're famous already on this show, brother.
Well, I tell you what, the other two guys that are on with me really, they carry me on that on the podcast sometimes. You know, and that's hard to do.
We'll have to get Vinny Mac over there to help him lift.
Yeah. Shane, you got any plugs before we get out of here, Shane?
Just like and subscribe, and watch old Bubba on Spotify. Bubba. Yeah,
like old Geller.
Yes, sir.
Rich, what about you, brother? Thanks, Shane.
Same thing, man. I told you I'm kind of a podcast whore. I kind of go different places these days.
Okay.
I'm gonna plug Triple B here and just say, man, make sure everybody likes, comments, subscribe, all that stuff, man. Definitely a good show, and we'll have to fight our way back on. I think Bubba's gonna be tired of us after this, or at least his wife might be tired of us after this.
She's good.
We're gonna come back.
We keep on trucking here at the 374 Route 119. We're good. Donnie, what do you got to plug, brother?
Tonight I'm gonna plug my brother Keith Hernandez over at Big Mojo Tattoo.
All right.
Give him a shout out.
Get your tattoos over there. Thank you so much, Donnie. And like I said before when I brought him on, everybody, if you're not doing nothing next week, March 4th, 7 o'clock bell time, up in Altoona. I'm going, so if anybody wants to go, you know what I mean? Let's take a trip up to Altoona to see the world beater, Chris Coleman, snap the scrawny neck of James Ellsworth, Mr. WWE, because I know Chris is going to put the fucking beat down on him. But Chris, talk about it. Kind of promo on him right now before we get out of here, brother.
So, like Bubba said, Juniata Civics Association building in Altoona, March the 4th. Imagine Wrestling. I've been given a great opportunity to wrestle James Ellsworth, a guy who's been at the show, been there, big pay-per-view matches and everything. But, I hope his jaw is strong.
Well, he doesn't have no chin, so you might be good.
It's not.
But, obviously, Imagine Wrestling on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Check us out. Really great promotion. We're a great fed. We put on a show that doesn't insult your intelligence, but you can also bring your kids to. We're not bleeding buckets like John Moxley and F-bombing everybody out of the building. So it's a great family atmosphere. Great show.
How can people get a hold of you, Chris, if they want to get a hold of you?
Chris Coleman Strong on Instagram is my Instagram account. They can reach out to me there. And I'm sure they'll see me more on the Triple B experience moving forward.
Oh yeah, I think.
Just so you know, Moxley's not he's not bleeding yet. Just so you know.
Oh, he's not. But yeah, I want to thank all you guys.
On his way to the ring.
Yeah. I want, like I said, thank you guys so much for taking time out on your Fridays, because I know Fridays are very important with family and doing stuff and coaching, like, Donnie. But I appreciate when you guys come on and make these podcasts such an experience. And Chris, thanks for popping on tonight. I know you're busy. And Shane, always, thank you so much with your ideas. Rich, thanks for coming on. And Larry, great stuff. This week on your podcast show, brother. Keep it going. Keep doing what you're doing. And Donnie, keep being you, brother. Your guys are all great, and I truly love you guys all, and I truly appreciate it. Thank you guys for coming on. Everybody, thanks for tuning into the Triple B Experience show tonight. We tried to be entertaining. I think we did a hell of a job tonight. Please hit like and subscribe. Have a great weekend. I'll see you guys next Wednesday for the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty show, where we're talking Steelers, and next week we're going to be talking. Thanks, guys. Have a great night. See ya.